Hi guys, how are you? Um, okay, so I am going to show you, so we're on day 21. So day 20 I pre-recorded and I am going to upload that tonight. So actually it's quite a cool little mini album, and it's made from Memories and More cards and envelopes. So I think you'll really like it. But this video is going to be how to make this cute little ornament right here. Again, something you could just make and attach to a gift as like you could write someone's name in it and it could be a tag, or you could literally hang something like this on a tree. So that's what we're going to do. I think it's just a great crafty thing you could do with some other ladies. So we make it a little crazy and make one that's a double decker. But all you need, excuse me, is we're going to use some shaded spruce cardstock, and then I went ahead, and then you're going to need this punch right here. I can't. I think it's a hexagon punch. I think it's a hexagon punch. It's in the new catalog, and I think it was in the online. No, it was not in the online exclusives, I don't think. It was just, I think it was like a pre-order for us. So, for demonstrators. Kind of a perk of being a demonstrator, by the way. But anyhow, side note. So, you need this punch. And I went ahead and punched out a bunch of these little shapes. Okay? So, and then I'm going to punch out a couple here just so I can show you how to do them. So obviously, right, you guys know how to use a punch, but just in case, we're just going to slide it in and punch out a piece of cardstock. And I'm just going to do a couple of these because I'm going to weave them into the design. So that's what you're going to do. You're just going to punch those out, and that's all we need the punch for. Then we're going to need some adhesive. Now on this one, I used liquid glue. I actually like liquid glue, but it was just a little, because you can move it around. So I think I'm going to stick with it. It got a little messy, but anyhow, we're going to do it. And then you're going to need a piece of ribbon. It can be baker's twine, whatever you have. This one's actually, I think, a retired one, but I thought, oh, it's perfect. I'll pull some of that out. And then I have this one because it matches the colors I'm going to use here. So I pulled this one out. Again, this is a great opportunity if you have a little bit of ribbon left to use that. Now, after you punch your ornaments, you can, or your pieces to make your ornament, you can do one of two things. You literally can take your piece of cardstock and you're just going to, or design your paper, you're just going to line up the ends. And then you can take your bone folder, or you can take your fingers and just crease them. All right. So you have to do that to each one, is crease them. The other thing you can do is just line them up in your paper trimmer, right like that. Put it down and just run over it. And then that also gives you a score line, and then you can just bend it in half. So the cardstock is a little bit thicker. And it fits, it's kind of cool because I don't know if you guys can tell, it just fits right in that nice little spot there. And then, you can, run it right in the middle. By the way, and I was going to try to do one of these, and, it's kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. I think I overcommitted when I said I would do 25 days, but you know what? We are in the thick of it. But the other thing you could do is you could do it this way as well and make one that's kind of oblong. I thought that would be kind of cool, but I didn't think about that till just now. Actually, I thought about it earlier, but I just now thought about that I could have actually folded all these. The other thing you can do is you could double these up and just stick them right inside that little spot. And again, run your pieces right over that. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of them. Now the one I did earlier, I think I used maybe 6 pieces. So we're going to add a few more on this one. I thought we would maybe do do a couple more and just see. But it is super easy to put together. And like I said, if you're looking for a craft to do maybe with some kids that are coming over to your house, this would be, I think, a perfect, just a perfect thing to do. Whether it's a, you know, with kids or, you know, other ladies, I think people would just enjoy sitting around. And you don't have to use, you know, this particular punch. You could use a, you could also use a, what am I trying to say? A circle punch or anything that you could more or less fold in half. All right, so here we go. So what you're going to do is you're going to lay these down, lay one down flat. We're going to get our glue. And by the way, if you have directional paper that you're working with, then you are going to want to make sure that you, oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. I want the pretty side, not the wooden side, but that's all right. So I'm just going to lay it on there, and then all I'm going to do is push it down so it's nice and flat and even. That's it. So now I'm going to take the next one I have here. So you're going to put glue, obviously, on the side that you don't want to show. And again, we're just going to layer them. Now you guys will notice, if you have directional paper, you just need to pay attention as to what side you put the ribbon on and make sure all your directions are going the same way. So if you look at this one, my little polar bears, they're all upside down because I put the ribbon at the bottom instead of at the top. So that was kind of dumb on my part. Okay, so again, we're just gonna line them up, and it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, perfect at all. So again, we're just gonna keep adding. And obviously, the more pieces you add, the tighter the ornament, you know, the less space you're gonna have in between each one. So it's kind of cool from that perspective. All right, I'm gonna add maybe another piece of the cardstock here. So our daughter right now is baking gingerbread cookies, and they look absolutely beautiful, and they smell wonderful. So, you know, all those Christmas things you guys probably do in your house as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just see what this looks like now as I look at it. So you can see I still would like a little more. I don't have it, it's not too full yet, so we're going to add a few more pieces. Oops. So we're going to make this one, you know, I think thicker, just so you can see the difference. Again, we're just going to keep putting these pieces on. This is the part where I thought it gets a little sticky here, just with the different layers. So I totally think that you could use the Stampin' seal, and it would be perfect for this little ornament here. I think it would hold quite well. And then maybe you could just use the Tombow or tear and tape for where you put the ribbon. Okay, and we're gonna do just a couple more. And I think that will be it. You guys are probably like, okay, Debbie, yeah, I'm tired of watching, yeah. Glue. So you could create a pattern, all kinds of fun things. Which, by the way, I don't know if you've ever seen, but some people make these little fans and they put them on like the outside of a card, you know, and this becomes kind of more like a little card than it does, in our case, an ornament. so just a thought there. Okay, I think that's okay. Let's see. Maybe we'll do just a couple more. All right. We'll do 2 more, and then we'll be done. So we'll put one on this side. And then we'll do this one here. And again, if your score line or if it didn't line up exactly right, you could just fix that with your fingers. Oops. But you think about it, guys, you could do this with anything, squares, you know, any kind of shaped punch you have. So don't think, you know, oh, I don't have that particular one. It doesn't matter. You can use anything, anything. Okay, so once you get this all nice and glued down, what you're gonna need is you're gonna need a piece of ribbon. And you're gonna need one, obviously, that loops. And you're gonna need it to go all the way through, but not come out the bottom. Unless, if you want to take it like out the bottom of your, to make like a double decker or something, then you would want, or if you want a little piece that you can like fray at the bottom, let's do that. Let's just see what would happen, right? Why not? Why not? So I'm going to make my loop here, and then I'm going to just give myself some extra. If I don't like it, I can just cut it off. So I'm not going to hurt anything, I guess, if I decide I don't like it. All right, so we'll cut it right about here. Okay. All right. So this is what you're going to do, is where your opening is, you are going to put some glue. Oops. Because we want to glue the whole thing shut, as well as get our ribbon on there. Okay, so again, I want my tail to hang out a little bit. So I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put it right here. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some glue actually on the ribbon itself. Okay. Now I'm going to close this up. Oops, get my finger out of there. And then see where the ribbon is right there? I actually need to move it closer into the center. All right, so otherwise it's going to be lopsided. So you're just going to kind of get it so that it's more in the center there. And it actually, you might think, oh, well, that's not going in very well. It actually goes in quite easily. I was a little surprised. But again, I have to make sure that I'm continuing to press, and also make sure that I'm not misaligning any of my pieces, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of keep moving them so that they're in the center. Now, you guys could do all of the ribbon piece like ahead of time too. You could put it in after you get a couple pieces in there. You absolutely could do that as well. Whatever you decide you want to do. And then what I'm going to have, oops, and I'm just going to make sure this is glued at the top. Make sure. Yep, there we go. So you're going to want to give it time to dry, but then, and then you can kind of like space it back out, is what I did. And then there you go. And there is your nice little ornament right there. And then down here at the bottom, I'm thinking maybe we could like cut that into some strips or something. What do you guys think? I don't know. This could look like a real, not such a nice but I'm going to try it. But you could cut this, and maybe if I used my snips, that might actually be a little better. But I kind of like this, actually. Let me see if I can. There you go. Yeah, look at that, you guys. I don't know. I like it. I like it. I like it. So there you have it. That is it for the ornament. Again, once you let it sit and dry, and you can get all the pieces like out in the right way, then you are going to have an ornament that looks like this. And again, this one only had, I think, 6 sides. So we added a few more on this one here. But I think it is super adorable. You know, the other thing you could do if you wanted for this particular one is you could actually punch out pictures as well. And you could take those pictures. Oops, I got glue stuff on my hands. You could actually punch out pictures and put those in between as well. I think that would be super, super cool. All right, you guys, there you have it. A nice little ornament to make with family and friends. And that would make for a fun, either a fun gift or gift tag that you could add to someone's package. So, all right. Thanks, you guys. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas Eve tomorrow and a great Christmas on Monday. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Bye.